Hey guys, welcome back to the 4x2 Wagon Family Garage, and just want to say thank you all for being here and just watching our channel. Now, the reason why we're doing this video is because, well, number one, I promised you a few months ago that I would do this when I installed the landing pad and the Skyline Tower on my Range Rover behind me. And then at that time, I said, hey, I was looking for this HD bar at REI garage sale discount, and I finally found one when I was down in San Diego. So now we're here doing a video on how to install all of that. And one reason why it took me so long is because, one, it took me a long time to find one at a very low discount rate, and I'll explain more of that in a little bit. But also, I want to really test out this bar and how that integrates with my Yakima, I think it's called like Fat Cat ski racks. So we've been using this for the last just over a month actually, since we bought this whole thing. We've used it for about a month, putting our skis up here, going to Tahoe, and we've been using it almost every weekend. And every time we come home or we go back out, we take this Skyline, we take this whole bar off the roof so that we're not driving around with it on top of the roof, so that we can still get a car wash, when we need to. So today I want to show you guys how easy it is to install this HD bar on this whole streamlined system by Yakima. We're using the Skyline towers, the landing pad, and also you'll need this HD bar SL adapter to make it all work. So I'm going to show you guys all of that. So let's get started. So let me just show you guys real quickly what it looks like with it all put together on my bench. And this is upside down, obviously. So I got it all set up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart real quick, and then we'll put it back together so you guys, but I just want to have you guys see the finished product. Now, the reason why I bought this HD bar is because eventually I want to put a lot of stuff on top of this bar, potentially like a roof rack, a rooftop tent, and some lot of other overlanding gear. And to do that, you want something that's heavy duty. And this is the aluminum HD bar. This I believe that each of this can carry up to 500 pounds. So that's pretty significant. And this is very lightweight aluminum, okay, versus steel. So you're not going to get the rust, like that you see in a lot of the older Yakima steel round bars or even their square tubes. They all tend to rust. They have some arrow blade crossbars as well, but they tend to sag. And I mean, even though aluminum is very strong, but if it's too thin, it's going to flex. So that's something that I don't want. I want something that's going to last me for the rest of my life, and all the abuse that I'm going to put on this thing. So just real quick here on the bottom, there are these ruler or these measurement indicators on both ends of this bar, and there are these tracks that a lot of third parties or third companies with some accessories, they provide these these adapters on a lot of the products. So you can just slide it on instead of wrapping it around the bar. Like my ski rack, they wrap around this bar. Although they do have, I just found out they have another type of adapter that can slide into this HD bar. So I'm going to look into that. And then when I do find that, I'm going to share that with you guys in this video. But basically, these little plastic things slide right out, in and out, and I'll go through all of that. So I bought these when I was down in San Diego visiting my daughter in Navy, or visiting her at the base, and they had an REI down there, had a big garage sale, and I picked these guys up for $120, and they were brand new. Somebody just brought it back, and with REI, they don't put things back on the shelf. They put it into the garage sale area. So these are, $300 crossbars. So if you guys been looking for something like this, you guys know how expensive these. This is their most expensive crossbars they have right now as far as Yakima goes. Okay, so let me grab the wrench and we'll get started. So I'm going to do this on camera so you guys can see how I take it apart. Then we'll put it back together so you guys can get the complete picture. So if you guys happen to watch my previous video when you were installing the landing pad and the Skyline towers, they provide this, Yakima provides this Allen wrench here, and it's got a little ball tip on here so you can kind of get it into the nut or the Allen pretty much in almost in any direction. You don't need to be straight on, and that's why it kind of looks kind of weird. Okay, let me focus here a little bit better. So the first thing you need to do is when you get this HD bar is you're going to need to take off these ends, and there's one Allen right here, right in the dead center on this track. You're basically going to unscrew this thing, and it's a very small screw. I wish these were magnetized, because these screws sit down inside this channel. You need a small finger or something to get it out. Okay, so you got one small little screw right there. That allows you to basically take this plastic off. Okay, just like that. Okay, so to make this tower move, there are two Allen. As you guys saw in my last video, there is one on the very bottom here. Just get it loose. You don't need to take it all the way off. Just loose. And this one right inside of here. Just make that loose. Okay, and that's it. Just enough so you can slide it in and out like this on this channel. Okay, so as and then on the top side of this tower, there are these. The HD bar is called the SL adapter. So you're going to need this if you guys are wanting to put this system together. And basically, it snaps right in here. Undo this a little bit more. So the inside of your tower, loosen that up all the way, and this plastic thing should come out. So we're going to do a couple things here. First, we're going to slide this on, and then in the instructions, they want you to get up on the roof and then do some pre-measuring. But I'm going to show you a better way that I have discovered, and I hope that will help you guys out. And I don't know if this is aluminum or if this is a steel plate or guide. That's got to go in this channel right here. Okay, and you got to make sure you put it in there in such a way that when you flip it right side up, that this is facing the correct way. So in this case, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You take the channel, you take this metal end, and you're just gonna guide it into this channel, just like that. Okay, and then keep it kind of loose like that. That's it. And then all you're gonna do is come in here and tighten this up just a little bit, so it's not flopping around too much. So on these towers, there are again two screws, one on the bottom and one inside this latch right here that engages these pins to lock onto top of your landing pad. Okay, so that's it. And I'm not going to do all four. That's just going to be a waste of video, because what I really want to show you guys is this part itself is really explanatory. The best way to get it up on top of the roof and get it adjusted. So what I need to do is, because I'm kind of short, well, I'm 5'9" or 5'10", I like to put a chair on each side of the rover. Okay. And then I'm gonna assume that both of these towers are sort of loose, so that it slides like this. Okay, and you want to make sure that these towers are open position. So if you guys remember my last video, this is how you engage the pins so that it latches onto your landing pad. So I'm gonna set it up there. I'm gonna get one side kind of situated, and then do the other side and get it situated, and then we'll fine tune it. So we'll get to that, but just kind of watch my process here. Okay. You want to be careful you don't scratch your paint. Then you're going to set this up right over here. My passenger side is actually in the right position right now. And then moving this tower back and forth, just go ahead and get it set, just like that, okay? And then go ahead and close up the tower so that the pin engages the landing pad, because you're going to be moving this around a little bit, okay? Okay, so once you get one side done, we're going to go to the other side. So once you get to this side, just kind of make sure that this landing this tower is sitting inside this landing pad, but you're not gonna lock it down. So at this point, because it's loose, the tower is this part right here. It's kind of tilted like this, so make sure it's tilted up so it's kind of flat, because that's gonna allow you to move it, move it back and forth, okay? Let me get to the other side here. So that moved on me just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so once you get it, you know, once you get it the way you want it, as far as a lot of you may want it equal length from the window right here to the A-pillar out to here, which could be like around 8 inches. On both sides, you may want it even. But for me, because I don't want to have to get in and out and open the door and get on top of my floorboard to get to my skis, I kind of like my roof rack push that way to driver's side so that I can take my ski snowboard off without having to open the door. So I'll show you guys that in just a little bit. So I'm gonna slide my rack that way. And I'm gonna keep it like this. And I'm gonna go to the front of the rover and just kind of eyeball it. Does that look right to me? Then I'm gonna do the same thing on the back side. Unless your car is perfectly square, like a box, the front is actually a different width or length than the back. So once you guys get this thing set up, I would take a Sharpie and put like an F on your tower or somewhere to indicate this is the front and that one is the rear, okay? So let me go ahead and put the rear on real quick. Okay, so once again, make sure that tower lever is open so you can get it right on top of the landing pad. Okay. Okay, and then on the back side, again, this thing slides back and forth, right? So just do your best to line it up. Okay, like so. And then again, I go to the front of my rover and just look back and see if it's lined up. Okay, so just go forward just a little bit more here. Okay, about like that, and that's it. So once you get it the way you want it, you want to come back and take that Allen screwdriver and then tighten up just the front side right here. Okay, and this screw here tightens up that SL adapter to the tower. So the front screw lets that adapter move up and down, basically makes it tight. So as I'm tightening this Allen wrench here, it's sucking up the tower and the crossbar. Okay, so that's what that's doing. Now keep in mind that this thing still can move. So don't be too rough with it, but right now that's not gonna move. Look, that shouldn't move. Okay, but the most important thing right now is just making sure that the length right here is where you want it. Then tighten up this Allen right here. Do that to all four. And then I'm going to take this tower off my roof rack, put it back on a bench, and then just tighten everything up. Let's get this, the front one here. So you can see again, my Allen wrench is not straight up and down. Again, with that little, the way that's designed, you can have it in pretty much any angle. Okay, then we'll do the other side. Okay, and then I'm gonna come in here and take these guys off.
Dad?
Oh, hold on, baby.
I know to put on these.
Okay. Okay, oops.
Can you help me now?
Yeah. So now that's on the bench and you have these lined up perfectly on all four towers the way you like it. Now we need to secure the bottom screw and the screw on the inside of this behind this keyhole. And what you got to do is basically undo what you just did on top of the rover. So on the rover, let me show you guys again. We tighten down this screw right here. You guys recall that? So now we got to loosen that up, and I'll show you why. So this is for security reasons. So as you tighten down this Allen key here, there's a little, you can kind of see the plate, the little round plate inside this hole right here. This will open and close as you tighten it and loosen it. So as you loosen this thing up, that allows this to loosen up like that. So let me keep going here. And that's a security device so that people can't come, in the middle of the night and steal your rack. So then, once the hole is opened up, and just be careful when you do this that you're not moving the tower on the crossbar. So then you can come in here, take your Allen wrench, and tighten it down. Okay. Just like that. And then once you get that down, then come back in here, down underneath, and tighten down that little screw. Okay, then as you tighten this screw down, watch that little window. It's going to close. See the hole, the Allen hole, kind of covering up. You may not, oops, sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand here. You may not be able to get it all the way closed, okay, but just as you can see as I'm tightening it down, that hole is definitely covered now. So now, come in the middle of the night and unscrew this and steal your rack system. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick on the other three. Okay. All right, so that's all there's to it. Gotta love coffee. Okay, so now putting it on, it's just a matter of getting back on the chair and throwing it on top of the roof, and it's super, super easy. All right, but what I want to show you guys is how I use this rack. So let me put my ski rack on. And this isn't, I'm not going to show you guys how to put this, the Fat Cat on. That will be another video. If you guys want to, if you're interested in learning more about this Fat Cat ski rack, let me know, and I'll do a review on that. And but again, in a different video. Okay, Mama. Okay, have fun.
What car do we take, Dad?
Let's take the van. Okay, just like that. All right, so now that we got everything put together, I want to show you guys how this thing goes on with my ski rack. So you can see I'm doing it with just one person here, myself, like so. Okay, my driver's side's done. Walk over to the passenger side. Okay, make sure that thing's seated. Push in, boom. See, I'm shaking it. That's how easy it is. And then when you get home, take your skis out and then come out on both sides. Okay, lift that side up a little bit. Come over here, open the latch, pick it up, and then pick it up slowly just like this and put it in your garage. So it's simple as that. All right, guys, so that's all there's to it. This is really therapeutic, and it's really nice to have a nice system for your vehicle. I know most of you guys want a product that looks really nice and sleek, aerodynamic on your vehicle. Speaking of aerodynamics, now I'm running this on my Range Rover. I should talk about the wind noise. Because the Range Rover has a noise canceling window, it's actually a double pane window. I don't hear hardly anything at all whistling from these racks, surprisingly, even with the skis on. So if you guys have something else, you might hear some whistling going on. So that's not anything new. That's pretty common with every roof rack. But if you guys have a Range Rover, you guys are gonna love it. But this is very simple. As you guys just saw in the video, it's literally less than a minute process to take all your skis, snowboard off, take your rack off, and go down to a car wash or wash it yourself or whatever. It's very quick is what I'm trying to say, and it's very simple, and it looks really, really good on any vehicle. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any thoughts, comments, or questions, leave it down below, and I'll be happy to get back to you on anything. And hope to see you guys in the next video. Until then, be safe out there in the COVID world, and God bless.